everyone, my name is Holly, and in today's video, I am here to show off to you a book outlet order. Actually, I lied. I have two book outlet orders here because I obviously don't care if I smother my huge TBR anymore. And my book haul is looking pretty fat already too. By the way, if you don't follow me on social media, then you probably realize I have short hair now. The way the world is now, and if you want to change, I highly recommend just chopping it off, girl. Just do it. So the first order only has 3 books. I spotted a book on Book Outlet that I really wanted, and it only had like 25 copies, so I panic bought it. And then I decided to throw a couple more books into the cart because why not? So I'm going to start with that order first because the second order has 5 books. Okay, there's a pandemic going on right now. I really wanted to make myself feel better. This video is being sponsored by Book Outlet. I am a vlogger friend, which means you can click the link in my description box below and go to my beautiful page where you can shop the exact same books I'm featuring in this video. So the first book I was very excited to see on Book Outlet was Blood of an Exile by Brian Naslund. I actually own the ebook of this. I bought it when it was on sale. It was only for like 99 cents, but owning and reading the physical copy is always so much better. This is supposed to be a very dark, fast-paced fantasy. I've seen people compare this to Wolverine meets Game of Thrones, which is a very interesting mashup, and this cover definitely reminds me of Wolverine, but I'll be honest, I really hate this US cover. The UK cover, in my opinion, is so much better. So if I like this enough, I might replace it with the UK copy. We'll see. This hunky man on the cover just reminds me of like a romance, especially with the red backdrop. Just like, please. But this is set in a world where there are lots and lots of dragons. There is a hero and there is a quest. Our main character is sentenced to be a dragon killer. It is a form of exile and it is a form of execution. Now this book sounds like a perfect book for me, but it is a debut and those tend to be a hit or miss for me, so we'll see. And then I have Children of Earth and Sky by Guy Gabriel Kay. Now before purchasing this, I did not realize that this book takes place decades after his previous books, but I have learned since then that you can jump into this without having read those books. You'll just be missing some little treats that are laid for you in here. This book is set in a fantasy world that very much resembles medieval Europe, which is already like perfection. It's about a handful of city-states who are constantly in conflict with an empire up in the east, and we're following 2 characters separately, one of them being a woman who is disowned by her family, and another a young man who has been captured by his enemies and he has to find a place within their ranks. Now this author has been writing for over 20 years and people have called him the master of storytelling. So I really hope to get a taste of that, and if I like it, then I will definitely move on to his previous books as well. And the final book in the first book outlet order is Blood Requiem by Christopher Husberg. This is the 3rd book to a series that I haven't started yet. I'm already in this deep, might as well keep digging my grave, right? I'm pretty sure that's how book buying works. But what's really exciting is that this came as a signed copy, which sometimes happens when you make a book outlet order. So this was only $4, and I might have missed out on this beautiful signed copy if I didn't, you know, panic buy it. So right there is the signature, very swirly, very unreadable. This is a planned 5-book series, I believe, and I've been wanting to read the first book, Duskfall, for so long. It just really captivates me. It's set in a world where magic users are spoken in very hushed tones. We are following quite a few characters. One of them is a man who is being pulled out from the frozen sea, being pierced by arrows, and he has no idea how he got there. He has no memory. And then we're following a woman named Winter who gets married and then abandoned and then finds out she has a magical powers all in the same day. The series has a lot going on for it and I love that. It sounds like a very massive, complex fantasy, and with there being 5 books, I love that, and it's pretty thick. We love thick fantasy around here. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into it, or my eyes into it. Biting books is no fun. Now we are moving on to that second book outlet order. Yay, more books. Oops. A Ship of Smoke and Steel by Django Wexler. This is a young adult high fantasy novel. It's a book that came out over a year ago and it's been on my radar, but it's Not a book that I was like obsessively trying to grab with my, grabby hands. But Book Outlet has our back and had a nice, beautiful, cheap hardcover. And, I couldn't help myself. This author is coming out with a brand new book that I believe it's coming out in June or July, but it's one of my most highly anticipated books. It sounds so rad. The cover is even more amazing. So I thought it would be a good idea to possibly sink into one of his older releases and see how his writing style is. This is the launch of a cinematic, action-packed fantasy that is for fans of Leigh Bardugo and The Legend of Korra. And the story itself sounds really unique as well because it's like a ghost ship heist. Our main character, who is a scheming assassin, must take control of a ghost ship. Like, holy cow, that sounds rad. And book 2 just came out in January, so I don't mind jumping into this very soon. And then I saw The Stolen Throne, which is a Dragon Age prequel novel. It's the deluxe edition. I am a huge Dragon Age nerd. All my video games right here. There you go. If this doesn't say a lot about me, I don't know what does. I've never added something to my cart so fast. I don't even care if the lore inside is shit. At the moment, it's what on the outside that counts, not on the inside. Because damn, it's pretty. Like I said before, this is the prequel novel to Dragon Age Origins, and I could always use more video game lore in my life, and when it looks like this, I mean, look at those end papers, look at the spine. Hardcover, and it even has illustrations in it, and there are only like 7 copies of this, so by the time this video goes up, it might be already gone. And then going into a very opposite direction, I have Kill the Farm Boy by Delia S. Dawson and Kevin Hearn. With how the world is today, I was looking for something very lighthearted and very funny. Definitely more on the middle grade fantasy end of the spectrum, and a lot of my subscribers have recommended this to me. I mean, the punchline is once upon a time, this is what I need in my life. It's just a goofy fantasy making fun of fantasy tropes. I've heard people say that this is like South Park meets Monty Python, and wow, that sounds amazing. This is following a boy who is just living his normal life when a pixie shows up and tells him that he is the chosen one, and then turns his goat into a talking goat, and the goat and the boy go off on a journey to, I'm guessing, to save the world. Comedic fantasy, you can never go wrong. Okay, we have 2 more books left, and the next one is going to make a lot of you very happy. Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff. So recently, Book Outlet posted on all of their social media that they got first signed editions of this book, and I own first signed editions of the previous 2, so even though I haven't started Nevernight, I really just wanted to complete my collection with all 3 of them being signed. So now my collection is completed and I can finally start it. That's right, I still haven't read Nevernight yet. What year is it again? Bloody, dark adult fantasy that is full of stabby. This is a book that I feel like I'm really going to love. I just really need to push myself to pick it up. Go ahead and yell at me, I dare ya. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at that signature. Right there. And the final book that I have here is a YA fantasy, and that is Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. I did not care at all to read her previous series, which was Daughter of the Pirate King, because it was very romance driven, and I just wanted nothing to do with that. Now, I have no idea, maybe this one is too, but all I know is that it's incredibly Viking inspired, and I love that sound. Following a female warrior who is betrayed by her friend, and she must go out to the wild, which is like kind of an exile, and has to face all kinds of monstrous creatures. I think that sounds rad, and yes, it is YA, so there is a lot of a less chance of me liking it, but honestly, anytime a book has like a weapon on the cover like this, its chances of it being good is a lot higher for me. The freaking axe is shiny, look at that! Now what would be really cool is if the axe was on the naked cover. Damn it! There is something there, but it's not an axe. That's sad. Okay, so that is my Book Outlet order, or both my Book Outlet orders. I keep forgetting that I made 2. Like I said before, go ahead and check my vlogger friend page. It'll be linked down below. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, because that helps me out so much. Go ahead and subscribe. I upload videos every single week. Follow me on Instagram at HollyHeartsBooks and on Twitter at HollyNiece. And until we meet again, happy reading.